Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Food for Thought and an interesting discussion with the multi-talented Arun Nayak. Welcome back, Arun.
Thanks, Uttara. Thank you again.
Great to have you again. And as a continuation of what we spoke before, I was just thinking about it after our discussion earlier about Miss Glam again, Mr.
Yeah.
Glam, sorry. What's your takeaway from that? Because we as women have a lot to take away from the pageant as an individual, as from the tips we learn from, taking care of ourselves, grooming ourselves. But how is it for men? And what's your takeaway and learning?
I think the best thing I've learned going to a pageant is I never thought about men's skincare ever. And because we also age, our skin also get older, and people associate, taking care of your skin and taking care of sunscreen or whatever you put on. It's a very girly thing, but it's not. I have been through the pageant wherein I've been competing against all of them were trained models. They had the managers in the pageant. I was like myself there. I was seeing what they're doing, and there's a lot of hard work goes into it. It's not only about your internal physique and like your physique and everything. It's a lot of external look because people look up to you. You're really like a model to them, right? So that's one very important thing. And of course, I've seen as well people where kind of they're doing addiction training, the personality training, the way you talk, the way you at different stages of the competition, how you kind of interact with the audience, and that is a great learning for me actually because though my dancing background and my profession because I'm a I've played a role of a senior manager in a company as well in a one of the consulting firms, so they're very contradicting because my profession has also taught me to shape up my personality that people will look up to me because as a manager you're a leader, right? People should look up to you. Same thing happens in the modeling industry as well. It's not, we see that people just walk in the ramp and wearing good clothes and that's all. No, it's not that easy. In it's even how you walk, how you stand, how you basically interact with the audience and every day-to-day contestants. So it's very, very different. I think I learned a lot. And yeah, I've started looking after my skin, my you know maybe I would say, I started grooming myself a little bit more. That's how I would say.
That's nice. And yes, as you rightly said, it's about self-care. And when we talk about self-care, mainly women try to concentrate on it. Men ignore themselves.
Yeah,
But I guess this really grooms you both internally and gr takes care of it internally so that externally you look good as well. When I say
100%.
looking good, not necessarily all of us look beautiful and handsome, but it's also about feeling good and taking care of assets like the skin, which is extremely important, and especially like countries like Australia, applying sunscreen on a regular basis. And these could be small things that we
Yeah,
do in a day life,
100%. I
but
think in your channel, I would just like to share one thing. Maybe, I don't know, many women don't know about it as well. So I happened to, like, I moved to Dubai for my work for 1 year, and I got actually a very great tip. And I really tell everybody, even my friends were boys here, and they're really cricketers, and they're not into any skincare routine. I have kind of got them to idea that you should take vitamin C serum. But most importantly, even under the roof, we should apply sunscreen. And that's one of the leading beauticians in Dubai has told me because sunscreen, and it's not about sun, it's about if you apply it, it has got so much like some ingredient which really helps you repair your skin. And even in the evening times, you should wear it. And that's really been helping me out as well. Like, uh, it could be a compliment from people as well. Like I always, people don't see I'm that aged at all, right? Because though I'll be turning 42 this in this month, right? So, but I'm not shying away from my age. But yeah, people sometimes think I'm a uni student, and it's maybe because I'm looking after myself, and I think everybody can do that. If it's me, it can be anybody. So it's not I'm not special.
thanks for motivating not just the men, even the women out there to take care of themselves because Honestly, a lot of women, again, ignore themselves because of the schedule, being with the children, work, and the rest of it. So I think that, again, is a great message out there, Arun. Thanks for that.
Yep. No worries.
And
Mhm.
especially the information about the sunscreen. So, yeah, I know we apply sunscreen just when we go out, but we'll make sure that we do it even when we are indoors. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
really good if we if we do that. Yeah, good.
Thanks. And the other interesting part about you is dancer. So, where did this dancer crop up from? And how did this dance school of yours come into, there?
I think many people, including my wife to extent, she doesn't know that I'm actually a sportsman and I used to be a sports champion in my school as well. So dancing was something I haven't explored much, but because when I was young, I was a good runner. I was very good in volleyball, high jump, long jump, and putting and javelin throw. And she tells me, seriously, you're not doing it anymore. I said, yeah, that's no, I'm not getting time to do that. So the dancing thing came from because I was physically so active. So whenever there is a competition happening, and I was like jack of all trades, master of none to an extent. But luckily, God has been really kind. I used to participate in debating, essay, art competition, running, all sorts of sports. And somehow, luckily, I used to get a position, maybe third, maybe second, and sometimes, first as well, once or twice. So I used to be a singer as well. So all I'm trying to say, I experimented on everything, and dancing came from because I was young. I was doing a lot of acting, and the acting involved a lot of dancing as well. But it kind of stopped. Like you that's a journey. I think every kid go through this, but I think in my case it's very different. Nobody would ever know that I was a shy kid as well. I was not having the confidence to talk to people like until certain age. Maybe after year 7 to 8, 9, or 8 or 9, maybe I started validating myself a lot. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that, and I was not exposed to. I was shying away from people. But my dad used to push me, hey, you're good. Don't worry. Don't shy away. You can do better. And that's when I kind of, it's like toned down a bit in my, whatever activity I was doing. When I entered engineering college and there was a ragging happening and that was happening on a stage. People asked me to perform in a song, Akshay Kumar, Kareena Kapoor's movie song. And I performed and everybody clapped and every man and every boy and girl go gaga over my dance, and I realized, hey, people like me now, let's start. And honestly, that is the time I started my dancing journey, going to public and doing more about it. So all I'm trying to say, life, there is a journey, and the journey could be fantastic from the beginning. The journey can even is fantastic in the beginning. It can, if you things go wrong sometimes, you tend to lose confidence. But we shouldn't lose confidence at any point of time. I think I had a beautiful and amazing dad who actually helped me go through it. But I must say there was a self drive as well. So at least I do that to my child, right? Like if he thinks he's not good at something, he told me yesterday. He used to be a very good artist. He was a very good painter. He said, Papa, I can't paint anymore. I said, who said? So you can do it. It's just a matter of how much you practice and how much you pay attention to it. So I'm saying we need to pay attention ourselves. If you think we're good at something before and not good at on this now, it is inside us. You just have to kind of bring it up. That's all.
Okay, that's a self drive. So there's a lot that I take message.
Yeah,
One is, no matter one is, yeah, of course, you would have supportive parents, you would have supportive friends around you, but it's your internal drive that you got to keep pushing
100%.
yourself. No
Yes,
harm in experimenting everything around there, and then you realize what's your strength, what's your interest, and then work towards it. So that's great. So dancer, and then you told us where you clicked with the dancing as such. So, how about the dance school and choreography? How did that begin, and when
so
did that
that's
begin?
a funny story behind it actually. When I moved to my house in Ponds, and I kind of converted my garage to a dance studio, and I didn't start a dance school for. was 3 years. Swati has been, when we have those funny arguments, she'll be teasing me, oh, don't tell me about it. You have been telling me the last 3 years, going to start a dance school. And apparently she went to India for a cousin's wedding. And that's the point I thought. I think she has been telling this to me. I'm getting teased, but this is actually good for me if I just listen to her and do it. She wasn't here. I launched it in Facebook. Hey, the dance class starting this week. If you feel free to join. And I told her, she called me up. And you know what? I'm starting dance class this week. And she was in India. She said, I'm not there and it's too much for you. Yeah, at least if I'll be there, I can, help you out, few things, setting up stuff. I said, don't worry. I just do it. When she came back, I kind of had so many kids and adults are coming to the dance class, and that's a funny story, right? As I said, for everything that we do, there's a story associated with it. And this story was really funny. For 3 years, it took me because my life was so busy. I was really going out, but yeah, I think the drive was also to give back to the community as well. So
Oh, that's really
I
nice.
do it. Honestly, if you really ask me, I don't really like to be financially having a side hustle. It's not that people don't pay. People do pay, but I never ever till date. I don't chase people for payments and stuff because I feel if you can, there's some kids, they do come and I try to teach them not for free. It's not that I know that they can't pay, but it's not about that. It's about it's about people to learn this form of dance and whatever I know, if I can give back, I think that's it. So
And I can see that passion and excitement, especially
oh, I'm
for
sure.
dance, and the thought about giving back to the community. And it's great that you start early in their lives, like as kids, because that is extremely important for a better community, right? And that
Yes.
passion, as you talk, as you perform, we can see that passion in you. So and that's what talks about. And when you spoke about your son and how you really groom him or help him out with, it has to do a lot with their mental health as well. So, as for you, each one of us have different opinions and thoughts about children mental health and how a creative aspect can help. What's your thought on it? How does dance really help children with it?
I think it's a very good question. I would say every parent should encourage their kids to do some sort of performing arts. First thing first, that kind of gives them something to fall back on when they're going to stress. When they're given some acknowledgments or people really appreciate them, it boosts their self-confidence, it boosts their appearance in a public appearance is something that everybody is not comfortable with, that really makes them comfortable. um, Also it's a physical exercise, right? And it releases all sorts of hormones, stress hormones, and you really really feel so good about it. And imagine, like, we have so many platforms these days, right? Like, you can do Instagram Reel, you can do Facebook Reel, and just do a reel for yourself, and where you see that you're doing well, and you feel happy about it when people write good comments about you, and that's such a motivation. But I have seen the trend here. Like, I know I do a lot of community work. 10 years back, I was to dance with some kids, and they stopped dancing, and I feel really sorry about this. And especially, we are in a country wherein I feel I beg to differ in this fact that though we should uh, let our kids exercise their own will, but sometimes we have to really, really spend time with them. Everything they're doing may not be perfect as well. There's nothing wrong about it because they're kids after all. And I can easily say 80 to 90% of the kids who have seen dancing with a lot of enthusiasm, they're not dancing anymore. They're in the community because I'm part of Ori's community wherein I have to see kids to perform, they're shying away, they're really become very conscious about the external validations. I think I would just tell every child if they're gonna watch it, don't ever worry about the external validations. No matter what you do, there's some critic you have, somebody to appreciate you, right? Just go out there and just do it. You don't have to really, think somebody's going take negative comments as a constructive feedback. That's it. don't lose that. I think that's really, really helps. And that really helped me. It's not that while growing up, I didn't have issues like mental issues, or I didn't have lot of, I could say, relationship issues, whatever you call it, right? But I think I always had, there's something to fall back on. And apparently, since I got an amazing wife, and I think wife is an underrated term, because I would say she's my partner in crime, because I think partner in crime means we do all sorts of things together, right? We do, um, like nothing, there's no stopping to our things that we explore, right? So that makes a lot of difference in my case. But I'm saying it's not, I mean, everybody may not be lucky enough to have a person in your life, but that still should not stop you. Do it for yourself, not for anybody, because if you're not happy, you can't keep anyone happy. So
Right, right. Wow, that's amazing. You know what, Arun, there's a lot of takeaways for me
yeah,
and the others there in the community, and especially kids. One is be passionate about what you're doing. You will definitely find that passion. Experiment as much as possible. Do not really get driven by the external factors. Take the positives, but when there is something that's not pleasant or not comfortable with, well, just sit back and assess. And the kids who are watching you, people, men and women who are watching you, um, you have been through so much, right? As growing up, like many others, we have confusion as to what to do. We could be an extrovert or an introvert like you were, which is very difficult for me to believe that you were an introvert.
I was somewhat of time.
For all
Yeah.
the introverts out there who are shying away, I think that's a great, story that you've shared, and a personal story. And it's no sugar coated, no colors out there. Just being so transparent and saying what you went through as a child, as a teenager, and how you looked at those opportunities and groomed yourself. And you are here where you are, achieving so many things, helping so many children and men and families out there. So that's a lot. And the other thing is about, again, talking about men's mental health. I always say this: men shy away from talking about their not so pleasant experiences, but you
Yep.
shared all of that which you went through. And that
Yep.
requires a lot of confidence.
I think one more thing as well. I think the conditioning of the society been such, if a man does something which is a bit unusual, not that okay. I think one most important aspect of this thing, because while doing dancing, acting, and modeling, and also was in sports as well, right? So yeah, there have been a set of people like who like to pull you down, and that happens everywhere, right? I think there was a point of time as well. I was kid, right? I was 16, 17. I used to feel depressed, like why my friends are not just, being supportive about it. For example, I think this is an example I need to give. For example, like if they are really liking someone, and the girl happened to dance with me, they really become my foe and enemies. Oh, come on, dude, you were having all the girls dancing with them, and all sorts of different stories that then just, on the floor. But because I have lovely parents and my supportive, I have a lot of support from them, that those things didn't really bother me much. And apparently, after so many years, I can confidently say negative feedbacks don't really bother me anymore, because as long as I know my intentions are good, and I know I'm not I'm worthy enough. That's it. So I don't really. I think we need to cross the barrier of what people think about us. If you're doing the right thing, of course. If you're doing the right thing.
Right, right. Yeah. See, that's again something for us to take away. Trust me, because as I was saying, men generally don't come forward to express themselves. And I think you've been so transparent, just being yourself and, expressing what you felt, what you went through as a child, as a teenager, and, how you have actually changed all those experiences for good, for your mental health, for your physical health, and the rest of them around. And again, as we as individuals just say, in the community, it is thought this way, but where did that community crop up from? From our respective homes, right? So as long as we are grooming ourselves, taking care of ourselves, grooming ourselves, and also grooming our children, then I think we'll have a better community. And that's exactly what
100%.
people like you are doing. So thanks for that.
100%. I think it's most importantly for kids. I think we have learned the hard way or easy way. But in this country, in this generation, people are exposed to internet and social media and everything at a very, very early on age, right? It's very important for them to. If you ask me, what really concern is again maybe overrated again. It's not a concern. It's about I really want the kids to have that sort of childhood that we had to an extent. The reason being, we're a very we actually grew up with our cousins, we grew up with our friends in the community, and in this country we live in a country wherein they may not have immediate neighbors as friends and stuff like that, right? They have a lot of dependency on the social media, phone, and on internet, right? So that becomes even more crucial for them to have a hobby, pursue it. If they really go down on that, is as a parents, we should acknowledge, hey, he was liking something before, he's not liking it anymore. There's something going on. Let him, let me get my son back to track. It happened to my son as well. He's such a good dancer. It's not that he's a better dancer than me, but I think a few days back he told me that, Daddy, I'm not able to dance well as well as before. I said, who said that? Let's do this dance, right? So it's just about helping our kids. It's nothing out of the world. It's just helping our own kids.
Right. And talking about that, I did see his dance. He's an amazing dancer. And
Oh,
yeah,
thank you. I
yeah.
hope it
We
continues,
all
but
did
I'll
watch
try my
that
best.
recent video of his. Yeah. It's amazing. And one more last message that I'd
Mm.
like to share with the viewers, which I take away is I noticed during all the conversation you did mention about your wife, Swati, and
Yeah,
did appreciate the work she's been doing with you, for you, and helping you out as well. So that talks a lot about not many men would actually do that because they feel that well, it's just a job. It's her job. It's my wife's job. But as we always say, behind every successful woman, there are men, and that's true. Like we see what you're doing for her as well. Behind every successful woman, there are men, and we can
100%.
see that. So
100%. Yeah. I would
yeah,
say if you keep other person mentally happy and mentally independent and give them the liberation, as in, and that person will flourish more. It's like to flourish, you need to have that open mindset. I know that my partner would support me. That sort of feeling of being scared of what the person's going to think. Yeah, of course. It's not that if I feel something is not right for her, I'm the one. I think I just tell her I'm very, very open about things. But then again, because I may be a bit older than her, or maybe I'm more aware of the outside world more. And yeah, she though she doesn't, as every wife, every no is like, oh, did you say no to me? I said, but it's not no, it's all about I really wish good for my partner, right? So obviously I tend to say things, I'm very open about it. And yeah, if it's really, she acknowledges as well later on, she understands. And so do I. We don't really, we're not here to kind of try to be nice to each other, try to be each other's part of the developmental growth as well.
yeah.
Negative feedback is also very important, I would say.
Yeah, right. I agree to that. And I think that you need a critic in your life. And as long as it's a mindset, like we discussed before, we are able to take that and groom ourselves for better. I think that's a gift in itself that we have someone to guide us through and make us a better person.
Totally.
So that's great. I've had a great conversation with you. It's amazing to see
Likewise.
that. Thank you. And it's amazing to see that work you do and not necessarily we talk about it. But you've been so modest and doing such an amazing job with children's mental health, using dance as a platform for that, and the rest of them. And thanks for speaking up and encouraging other men to feel the way they feel, the emotions that they feel. It's okay to express themselves. So thanks for being there. And so I would love you to share details about your dance school
All
and
right.
any message to the community.
Well, my dance school name is Bolly-Latin, and the Bollywood and Latin mix. And the Latin part is though I'm a Latin dancer, I know I can teach Latin dancing, but that comes something related to your venture, which is supporting men's mental health. One of my friend who's going through, a lot of mental health issues because of issues with the partner or his personal life. He wanted to start a dance school with me. It was his initiative, also part of it, and yeah, he because he was a Latin dancer, I put the name as Bolly-Latin, but obviously he didn't show up after first class. But I couldn't change the name because I registered the company and everything. So yeah, I have seen people like, especially men, like how much it impacts them, like if things are not right in their lives. So that is about the name of the school. And my dance school is in Ponds. I teach all sort of dance forms. Let it be, Bollywood, hip hop, Bhangra, a semi-classical, contemporary, and we have a dance troupe. I call my dance troupe my dancing family. I call them, and we catch up. We kind of people from all the backgrounds. We come together, dance on the same roof. We experiment on 90s songs, new songs, and luckily, it's been really blessed to perform with a lot of Bollywood stars as well so far. I think the last one was unfortunately and very sad news. Saif Ali Jariwala, who I danced with her maybe 1.5 months back, and
Yeah.
she was gone after a few days, right? So yeah, so the little work I'm doing, I think, is by God's grace and people's I would support. I could really make it there where people know me. They look forward to see me. That itself is such a privilege, Like I feel it's God's kindness that even after it's just being 1 year old, I got to perform in Parliament House. So we performed. We've been chosen to perform there. Luckily, as Ayan, my son, he got a photo in ABC News, and so yeah, a lot of things happened. And this is again without people's support, their good wishes, this thing wouldn't have happened. I think at this age and at this after having everything in my life, I would say the real assets are the people in your life, and without their good blessings and their good support, you can't have much in your life because this is the vibration that you get from them. So yeah, I try to teach. I have like working ladies come in and the dance, and they come without fail every week, and very very good friends now. I think I never call them my students. I think all with every individual, that might be 20 people. I do have a personal touch with everybody. I know everyone, and we go beyond discussing about dance as well, and that's amazing. It just like feels like a family now.
That's nice. That's nice. Exciting. And yeah, we would love many more of us joining the school as well. I think that's going to be
Time.
such a, what do I say, stress buster and fun to be there. And I've seen your performance and your team's performance. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. So definitely we'd love to be a part of it. So thank you again, Arun. Thanks
Come
for
again. You
being on
should
my
come
channel.
sometime. Yeah. No, no, no. I'm just sorry to cut across. I was saying you should come sometime and dance with us as well.
Sure,
With her.
definitely. I love dancing. I used to do that once upon a time for sure, but am I as good as you? I don't know, but I'll groom myself for that.
Oh,
Thank
come
you.
on. Everybody's a dancer. Yeah.
Great. Thanks. Thanks for that offer. And thanks again for the amazing work you're doing. And for all the children and men out there, there's a lot of message. And we mums, we have messages there too. So stay tuned. We'll see Arun's performance next time. You will see that on my channel
Oh,
soon.
sure. 100%.
Great. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Arun.
Thanks, Sarah.
And thank you,
Bye.
viewers. Bye.
Bye.